This is Robert Piest. He was a bright and promising young man who was born on March 16, 1963, in Des Plaines, Illinois. He was one of 3 children to his proud parents, Harold and Elizabeth. Piest was an honor student and a well-regarded athlete at Maine West High School, where he excelled academically and was recognized for his outstanding achievements. On the night of December 11, 1978, Piest was working at the Nissen Pharmacy in Des Plaines, Illinois. He was finishing up his shift when Gacy walked into the store to discuss a potential remodeling project with the store owner, Phil Torf. Piest overheard the conversation between Gacy and Torf, in which Gacy boasted about paying his teenage employees twice what he currently earned. After Gacy left the pharmacy, Piest's mother arrived to pick him up for her birthday celebration. However, he asked her to wait a moment as he wanted to speak to the contractor about a summer job. Kim Byers, one of Piest's co-workers, was one of the last people to see him before he disappeared. That night, Byers was wearing Piest's parka. She returned the parka to him before he left with Gacy, leaving a film receipt in the pocket. He left the store at around 9 p.m., promising to return shortly. But that would be the last time anybody would see Piest alive. Later that evening at around 11 p.m., Piest was reported missing. The police asked Gacy, the contractor whom Piest was meeting with, to the station for questioning. However, Gacy failed to appear. The next morning, law enforcement obtained a search warrant and conducted a search of Gacy's residence, during which they discovered the film receipt belonging to Byers. According to Byers, she has pondered to this day why she left the receipt in the pocket, as she usually threw them away. In the hope of locating Piest alive, the police began to follow Gacy on December 14, 1978. Surprisingly, Gacy invited 2 of the detectives, who were keeping watch over him, into his home. While inside, one of the investigators requested to use Gacy's bathroom. Once in the bathroom, the detective noticed a foul smell of decomposition wafting through a vent. The following day, the authorities executed another search of Gacy's home and discovered that the smell of decomposing bodies was coming from beneath the floorboards. A decomposed body was found on April 9, 1979, entangled in exposed roots on the edge of the Des Plaines River, by a man walking along a towpath in Grundy County. Through dental records, the body was later identified as Robert Piest. Gacy confessed Piest was murdered shortly after 10 p.m. at his home. He gave him a soft drink before tricking him into putting on handcuffs. Gacy then placed a rope around his neck. It was later determined that Gacy had disposed of Piest's body in the river after police asked him to come in for questioning. A subsequent autopsy revealed a horrifying detail: Piest had 3 wads of paper-like material shoved down his throat while he was still alive, causing him to suffocate. The murder of Robert Piest was the final straw that led to the capture of Gacy. Gacy was eventually convicted of the murders of 33 young men and boys and was sentenced to death. Robert Piest will forever be remembered as one of Gacy's innocent victims whose life was cut tragically short. Stay tuned for upcoming videos as we continue to go through each of John Wayne Gacy's victims. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to support our work.